Alright, how can we get the Forbidden and Arcanus mod? Basically, this is the mod. We have it right here, as you can see. So how can we get it? Well, we'll go to Forbidden and Arcanus on CurseForge. As you can see, it has 53 million users here. We'll click Files, all types of software, select Forge, and choose version 1. 20.1, we'll click the 3 buttons and then click Get File. Save this file in Windows, +R, App Data, go to Roaming, Minecraft, and select the mods folder. If it doesn't exist, right click, click new, and create a folder called mods. So once selected, we now have all the files here. Important, go to relations, okay? Also get Valesia core as it's a required dependency for the mod to work. And with this, we have more than enough to start using this mod. I think that's everything. See you. Alright, let's start with Forbidden Arcanus and explain how to find runic stone ore, okay? First, if you're using shaders, it'll shine brightly, so it's recommended. And, well, it's found from Y level 2 and up, okay? So as you can see, it comes in runic deep slate and runic stone forms, okay? Just search from Y level 2 and up and you'll find it easily. This ore is used for, if we look at its uses, it's for obtaining runes, which are then used to make test tubes, okay? Rune blocks, crystal, dark rune, and chiseled, polished dark stone, okay? It's also used to upgrade the Hephaestus forge from level 3 to 4. And the ore itself, well, it has no other uses, okay? So that's it, simple as that. How do you find and obtain arcane crystal? Basically, arcane crystal is found from layer -40 to 14, so we'll mostly find it within the deep slate. Its main use is providing us with arcane crystal. It's used for blocks and the lance of veritatus, okay? Blasting lets us get the dust, alright? We can also craft things like upgrading the hephaestus forge. The dust has uses like making corrupt dust and arcane bone meal. These are crucial elements in Motic that we need to have, so yeah, it's that straightforward. How do you obtain Xpetrified ore? This ore we see here with its coral-like hue and colorful specks doesn't seem to have any uses when we check its properties, right? Let's grab a pickaxe and mine it. We'll need at least an iron pickaxe. Importantly, we'll need to mine between layers -6 and 35, okay? Let's switch to survival mode, break it, and we'll get Xpetrified ore, which gives us experience. It's also used for crafting items like the Eternal Stellar, got it? And that's it, simple as that. How do you get and use Stellar Arcanum? This ore is so cool you could use it as decor. Its pulsing effect is pretty awesome. So, how do you get it? How does it work? If we check utilities, we can't do anything. We need at least a diamond pickaxe to break it. Let's grab a diamond pickaxe and see what it drops. We start mining this ore. First, it takes a while, and when you break it, you explode, got it? It gives us stellarite, please. Well, that messed things up a bit. No worries. As you can see, there's no way to remove it without it exploding. So what does stellarite do? In utilities, it makes a block, upgrades hephaestus force to levels 3 and 4, and crafts eternal stellar. That's it. Simple as that. Alright, one of the first key elements of the mod before we get into more complex stuff is the forge, okay? To make the forge, which is like a ritual, we're going to need diorum, got it? We'll need diorum to create the forges. So, how do we get diorum? Great question. Diorum is made from modifier dust and arcane crystal dust, okay? Arcane crystal dust is basically made by melting down arcane crystal. Arcane crystal is found between layers -40 and 14. Modifier dust is made with arcane crystal, redstone, and other crafted items, okay? That's how we'll get the diorum ingot. This ingot lets us make enchanted apples, various arcane objects, amulets, picks, gold feathers, and other cool mod items. How do you create an hephaestus forge? Well, it's much simpler than you might think. We'll need some modifier powder. We'll also need a smiting table and polished darkstone, chiseled arcane polished darkstone, an arcane chiseled polished darkstone element, and pedestals. Basically, we'll place this element in the center, surround it with 4 chiseled polished darkstone, and then surround all of that with polished darkstone, okay? We surround it all, perfect. Now that it's surrounded, we'll place the different elements, which is where the pedestals will go, alright? Once we have this, we surround it all again with an extra layer, trying to make it triangular, okay? There it is. As you can see, I missed one. There it is. Okay, now what do we need to do? Take a smiting table and right-click with modifier dust. Got it? Important. If we place the pedestals, it won't work anymore, okay? If I right-click, it won't work. So remove the pedestals, alright? That's a common mistake people often make. Alright, let's say you're trying to create a dark stone pedestal, one of these hephaestus forge pedestals. Well, I didn't say that quite right. It's hephaestus forge, and for some reason you can't make it, okay? You place your smithing table, everything's set up correctly. I'll assume you've built the base, which is basically this one here, with arcane chisel polished in the center. Place 4 arcane polished darkstone chisels, surround it with polished darkstone. Add these elements, then surround it again. And for some reason, when you place the smithing table, it doesn't work. Well, let me tell you, I know why it's not working. If you have just one pedestal, it won't function. First, you need to right-click on the Mundabitur dust, okay? Right-click while crouching, and it'll transform the smithing table. But with one pedestal, no matter how much you click, as you see, it won't work. So it's crucial to take the pedestal, break it, and then you'll be able to create the forge. Thank you very much. Alright, how can we get Oriel in the forge? Any type of forge? Well, we have two options. First, use Oriel bottles. We can put these in here to recharge with 35 Oriel, or we can use Oriel farms, which is basically an arcane police dark stone and 2 arcane crystal blocks. This will generate Oriel for us without any issues. The $1,000,000 question, if I place this crystal outside its zone, will it still generate? And the answer is no, okay? We have to place it here. So, simply, this 2 arcane crystal blocks, which are quite expensive, nobody gets 9 arcane crystals easily, will generate Oriel very slowly but automatically without needing to do anything else, okay? I'm telling you, it might produce 1 Oriel every 10 seconds, okay? It's slow but worth it. So that's how we can generate Oriel. How can we get souls inside the forge? Well, for that we'll need souls, redundant as it sounds. If we take the forge and put a soul in it, it'll use it. It doesn't matter which one, okay? We can get these corrupted weapons through the soul looting enchantment. If a sword has soul looting and you kill a mob, there's a small chance it'll spawn an evil soul. Kill that and you'll get this weapon. We can also craft a soul extractor with 2 nether bricks, a quartz block, nether quartz, and a Utrum charge. The Utrum charge is made with crystal and an elderwood plank. Got it? To get elderwood, take an oak sapling and plant it. Let's clear this area. Plant the oak sapling, use the corrupt soul on it, and boom, our amazing tree appears. From that, we get the elderwood plank, okay? Now, we just need to grab the souls, right? The soul sand, and we extract the soul. We right-click to extract the soul, got it? As you can see, it's giving us the souls normally. Now we just place them here, and the souls are filled without any issue. How do you get blood in the forge? Well, basically, if we right-click, we have this element labeled blood, okay? There are different options. We can kill, say, a chick, a sad, innocent chick, to fill this variable in the forge. What's the catch? Not every weapon works. Oh wait, it does. Wow, 180, it actually works, huh? So I take that back, it does work. I thought it had to be a mystical dagger. Let's right-click and try the mystical dagger to see if it gives more. No, it gives the same amount. Okay, so in this area, you can use whatever you want. Got it? Important note, not everything works, okay? There's an item called the test tube. The test tube, basically, if you hit an element with the mystical dagger, it fills with blood, now for sure, okay? As you can see, it had 200, but now with the cursor over it, hitting it with another sword, won't refill it. So this is another way to use this test tube, which is crafted quite simply. It won't let me show the crafting now, but let's take a look. It's made with a rune and a glass bottle. You know there's a video explaining how to get the rune, but it's from Y layer, level 2 and up. Now right click, put the blood here, it'll fill up quickly, and we can pick up the test tube again easily. So these are the 2 ways to get blood. Important, the mystical dagger is crafted with a dark rune, dark matter, elderwood log, stick, and 2 diorum. I have to admit, it's quite an expensive item. Note that not all mobs will give the same amount of blood. For example, villagers give much more blood than chickens, so it's that simple. Let's say you're using a test tube to collect blood in Minecraft's The Forbidden Arcanus mod. For some reason, even if you're doing it right by hitting a villager with a sword, it's not filling with blood. Why is this happening? Is it because you need the test tube in your left hand in your inventory or equipped in your accessory mod? Nope, it's because you have to kill them with the mystical dagger. Right click with the mystical dagger, got it? That'll fill it with 480 units of blood. Each hit collects blood, you don't even need to kill them. See? 840 units and they're still alive. The dagger also causes darknet and blindness for a while, but wait, the effect just wore off. They last about 3 seconds, not an hour and a half. So keep in mind, as you can see, the test tube fills up very quickly. Now, let's say we have 2 test tubes in our inventory. If we take a villager's blood, what happens? It splits, but 401,820 doesn't look right. Seems like it all goes into one pot, okay? Important, you can't increase a test tube's storage capacity. The max is 3,000. we go to the forge, place it, and transfer all these elements. A forge's max storage is 10,000, so that's about 4 test tubes, FYI. So there you have it. How can we gain forging experience? Well, we have 2 ways. Basically, through experience bottles. We can place them directly to fill experience or use the Xpetrified orb. We can get Xpetrified orbs by mining Xpetrified ore found from layer -6 to 35, or we can make one using a black hole, which needs dark matter and corrupted dust. Here's how to craft them. Woodlock and corrupted dust are made like this, with ender pearl, fragment, etc. We just throw it. Well, let's do it a bit farther away. We throw both, they merge, and if it gets XP, like from an XP farm, it'll eventually give us an experience orb. Obviously, throwing XP bottles isn't smart. An XP farm is better, okay? But anyway, we can get Xpetrified orbs easily and make our own little farm. How do you get elderwood? For that, we need a normal sapling and a corrupt soul. Place the sapling, right-click with the corrupt soul and weapon, and there you have it. How do we get a corrupt weapon? Basically through looting, okay? Soul looting. Here it is. So, well, we get this enchantment, weapon looting. Apply it to your sword, and when you kill a hostile mob, you might get a corrupt soul. Kill the corrupt soul to get the item. With this, you can easily obtain growing elderwood. We use this to grow, alright? As you see, once it grows, we can start harvesting the wood. How do you get Arcanus clibano? Well, it's actually quite simple. Basically, you need a clibano core, polished darkstone bricks, and finally, modifier dust. Got it? So, yeah, it's pretty cool. How do you make it? Well, the casting process is pretty straightforward. All we need to do is place 4 polished darkstone, 1 in each corner, okay? Now we'll surround all of this with polished darkstone bricks, alright? So, the initial shape is this, okay? Polished darkstone bricks placed in a plus sign. We'll place the clibano core, and then finish filling in with polished darkstone bricks, no problem. We'll grab the modifier dust, right-click, corners with polished darkstone, okay? Now modifier dust, right click, and there's our Arcanus furnace. In this case, I can't access it because it's glitched. When you break it, see? It's frozen, leaving block shadows. It's a bit weird, but oh well. Here you can see the clibano interface, no problem at all. How do you get the Artisan relic? Well, we'd use this relic on the Cliven to create new alloys, right? It's basically for mixing minerals. This will be useful in the future. It also has an effect that stores a ton of experience for us. As you know, the Cliven lets us generate or burn elements, okay? It turns them into ingots, gives XP, takes 5 seconds, and leaves waste. I think this waste can be turned into copper, or it might have some other use. So that's not how you get the Artisan relic. The Artisan relic, is actually found in villages, okay? And no, it doesn't give us more experience. How do you get elementarium? Well, it's found in temples and ruins, and it allows us to create elemental objects, okay? If we use it in a smithing table, we can create sea prisms, smelter prisms, any type of prism, got it? These prisms will have long-term uses like upgrading tools and such, you know? And giving them, well, turning a basic axe into one with a smelter prism, which I think auto smelts mind blocks, right? So, yeah, that's what it does. How do you get the obsidian ingot? Well, to obtain this important element, we use obsidian with iron. It's crafted with obsidian and 4 iron nuggets to make obsidian with iron. Previously, you'd use the Arcanus clibano, placing an obsidian ingot, an iron ingot, and you'd melt them, right? With a bit of coal. You might have needed an Artisan's relic or elementarium too, I think. But that's from much older versions. Nowadays, you just craft it, melt it, and you're done. Alright, how can we get spawner scrap? Well, basically, you get it by taking a spawner, grabbing a pickaxe, and breaking that spawner with the pickaxe, theoretically. Let's place it, break it, and see what happens. And indeed, there we got the spawner scrap. The thing is, well, it left a black hole. Let's do this again. Right click, left click, and there it is, spawner scrap, okay? So yeah, it's that simple. Alright, how can we get a level 2 hephaestus forge? Well, we're basically going to use the hephaestus forge, okay? As you can see, it's at level 1 here, and this is level 2. Got it? If we click on, let's see, crafting, if we use 4 spawner scrap, 4 arcane crystal, and 1 elderwood plank, we'll get tier 2. It's important to note we'll need 500 oriole, 2 souls, 6,000 blood, and no experience, okay? Then to upgrade from tier 2 to 3, we'll need 9,000 blood, 50 souls, and 1,000 oriole. We'll need 4 arcane crystal, 4 gold mingot, and a chiseled polished dark stone. If you're unsure how to place these items, I'll show you in a moment, alright? But basically, you'd put 1, 2, 3, 4, you'd place 1, 2, 3, 4, and put the elderwood plank here in the center, okay? Obviously, we'd need all the materials and such. Hey, I'll repeat, this is already at level 2, okay? We take the wooden one and right click, got it? and that's it. Not much else. Again, in this case, you don't need to crouch, as you can see. If you hear a metallic sound, it means one of two things. Either you haven't placed an item, you're missing elements, or it can't be crafted at this table, alright? Basically, it's indicating that an error is occurring. And well, lastly, you can also get tier 4 with Stellarity Stellarite piece, okay? 12,000 blood, 100 souls, 2,000 aureole, or dragon scale. Tier 5, made with Skull Catalyst, 2 Dark Nether Stars, 2 Dragon Scales, then we'd need 20,000 blood, 500 souls, 5,000 aureole. Okay, so yeah, it's that simple. Alright, how does the corrupted arcane crystal obelisk work? I've been researching a lot, and as you know, in Forbidden Arcana, the normal arcane crystal obelisk generates aureole in our Hephaestus Forge, but there's also this corrupted version, and it caught my attention because I was wondering what it does. Well, the truth is, it doesn't do anything. It's corrupted, okay? According to all the information on the internet, nobody knows why it exists. There are records where the creator explained that in the past using this would crash the game, and there are logs from mods where the creator documents fixing that bug, but still no explanation online about what this item actually does. As you can see, I placed it here in a forge for a while, waited about 10 minutes, and it did nothing. I've seen people claim it fills souls, which isn't true. My theory is it just corrupts, okay? We have the normal arcane crystal, and over time it simply gets corrupted, right? To the point where it turns into this crystal. See? What happens is this crystal just stops working. Got it? You can see it even looks like it's turned off. This one clearly generates light while this one's off. My theory, the normal crystal degrades, stops working and becomes corrupt, but does nothing, as you can see. So there you have it. Alright, how does the divine pack work? How do you get it? What does it do? Well, basically it gives us access to crafting celestial items, okay? And this is an integration the mod creator hasn't added to the game yet, but we can find it in creative mode items, so we can't get it in survival mode. It's just an item the Forbidden Arcanus mod creator left in creative inventory to build hype for future celestial items, but if I search for celestial, you'll see there's no item with that name. So who knows what the creator's planning, but for now, don't worry, it has no real use. How does this All Crimson Stone work? It's a tool that basically removes all essence or ritual requirements, okay? The essences are basically things like blood, experience, and so on. It's single use, and from what I know, can't be crafted or obtained. It's for creative mode only. It lets us craft in creative without needing to fill everything automatically or farm blood manually. So yeah, it's that simple. What does the Crescent Moon do? It's a mod relic that reduces the aura required during the day. During daytime it reduces by 1% and at night by 10%. These stats may vary between versions. It's simply placed in buildings and that's it, the cost is reduced. Currently it's not naturally obtainable in survival mode. I explain relic uses as you might use a mod that allows any item regardless of survival obtainability. So if you find it somehow, you'll know its use and purpose. It's not craftable or obtainable in vanilla survival mode. Alright, let me introduce you to the Maladictus pack. This item isn't normally obtainable in survival mode for many versions, but it allows us to create cursed items, okay? As you can see, in this version there are no cursed items, right? Not even Jake has any crafting recipes for it. So how can you get it in versions where it's available? You can find it in Bastions, okay? In Bastions, there's an 18% chance of finding a Maladictus pack in a chest. Still, check if it has crafting recipes. If not, it's not yet functional, so it wouldn't be very useful in that case. Alright, so how does the lens of veritatus work? Well, it's a lens that used to let us see non-hostile mobs' auras, okay? If we held it in our hand. Today it doesn't work and isn't in the latest version. But basically, about 25% of mobs had a pure soul, right? And this lens let us see it. But basically, the way we'd see this, purity was the mob had particles around it, and killing it gave us corruption, 3 points, okay? We don't know what that corruption was for, or why the mod creator removed it. I guess it's still in development. There are many corruption-related items with no use yet, like the Maladictus pack and corrupted arcane. So that's what it used to do, but it's not in the mod now. If you're using older versions, you can still find it. How do you get dragon scale, and why is it so useful? In the Forbidden and Arcane mod, this item is incredibly important. Dragon scale can be obtained by using a mystical dagger on a dragon head for 3 scales or by killing a dragon. It's incredibly useful for crafting various items like obsidian ingots, dragon scales, and even diamond. These crafting recipes are quite affordable. It also lets you make other scales. Silver, seemingly useless. Gold, made with diorum ingots for top tier armor. And craft arcane dragon egg. There's also aquatic armor, another top tier set in the mod. And That's what these scales allow us to create. How does the Terra Stomp prism work? This prism is crafted in a level 2 forge using elementarium, 2 flint, 2 dripstone blocks, a diamond block in the center, and 2 dripstone points. It requires 300 aureal, 9 souls, 1500 blood, and no experience. Basically, it allows us to mine in a 3x3 area, okay? As you can see, we can apply it to various tools like pickaxes and such. Pickaxes, shovels, axes, and any tool used to break blocks, got it? So yeah, this lets us break blocks in a 3x3 area, alright? That's pretty much what it does. How does Sea Prism work? Sea Prism is crafted with a level 3 forge, 2 scutes, 2 prismarine charts, 2 lapis lazuli, and a heart of the sea. We also need the elementarium relic, 1000 aureal, 8 souls, and 2000 blood. This element, only applicable to helmets, does the following. It gives us, beyond this outline, wow. It grants incredible water mobility, mining speed, and possible regeneration while submerged. Note, you can only apply 1 prism per item, okay? Don't worry though, there aren't many types anyway. How does the Whirlwind prism work? Basically, it's made with a batwing, elementium relic, white wool in the center, 2 feathers, and 3 phantom membranes. It needs 2250 blood, 3 souls, 1000 aureal, and some XP. Right now, this prism doesn't have a use yet. It has a promised effect though. I think it's related to the new Minecraft item that lets us fly or bounce. To be honest, I'm not sure what it'll do. Since there's one for breaking items, one for water, and this for air, maybe it'll reduce damage or make us faster. As of now, its actual use is still unknown. How does the Smelter prism work? It's the best prism made with 2 coal, an arcane crystal block, 4 blaze powder, and a level 1 forge. No XP needed, but 1250 blood, 4 souls, 200 aureal, and an elemental relic are required. Basically, we can apply it to, or rather we apply it to items, okay? Items that break blocks like a diamond pickaxe or any tool that breaks block. And what does it do? Well, it automatically smelts whatever we mine. If our pickaxe has a smelter prism and we mine iron ore, it'll give us an iron ingot instead of the raw ore. So yeah, it's really great. There you have it. How does the orb of temporary flight work? Basically, this orb found in end cities lets you fly temporarily when right-click. You build it up as you use it. Unfortunately, bugs prevent this orb from working properly. To test it, don't jump from an end city. Instead, check for full damage reduction, as you should be able to fly like in creative mode. If it doesn't work, it's a common mod bug. You haven't done anything wrong. It depends on the version. It's not a one-time issue. It simply won't ever function, unfortunately. So that's it. It has no other use beyond this. Very well. What does the Eternal Stellar modifier do? You need a tier 3 forge, 1000 blood, a soul, and 82 aureal. It's made with a diamond, stellarity piece, and petrified orb. And that's how you get the Eternal Stellar. What does the Eternal Stellar do? Well, it basically makes an item eternal, got it? So, let's say we have a pickaxe, right? We'd apply Eternal Stellar using the smithing table, see? It would have eternal durability, okay? Note, it's not compatible with mending or unbreaking 3. That's what the wiki says. Not sure if it's true, but that's it. Alright, how do we get the enchanted soul? It can't be crafted and has no craftable use. Basically, the enchanted soul can be used as 10 regular souls. So how do we obtain it? Well, you get it like all other souls, okay? Both corrupt and normal souls are obtained by killing mobs using soul looting, right? Or by using a soul extractor. Basically, there's a small chance of getting an enchanted soul when killing a mob with soul looting, got it? Just a rarer item that gives more souls. Understand? That's all there is to it. It's pretty straightforward. How does Purifying soap work? Well, basically it uses the sanity meter to measure an object's corruption level. For example, here it shows aureal 35 200ths and corruption 0 100th. I wonder if catching a zombie will give us any corruption, being a hostile mob. No. Let's see if a zombie villager has any corruption level. Nope. As you can see, it also shows aureal, which I think is the amount we get from killing this mob. It shows the same for this one, 35 out of 100. So how does it work? Basically, it measures this element, and I think Purifying soap removes this corruption. I should mention there's no info on what corruption does, or what this soap does. I guess these are future features in the mod, with corruption-related elements not yet fully developed. Clearly, this mod is still in development. It's surprising it has 50 million users while still unfinished, but hey, better a good job done slowly than a rushed worthless one. So that's what we have for now. How does the sanity meter work? It measures the aureal level of items or mobs and their corruption level. It always shows 35 out of 200 and 0 out of 100. Maybe it's about my aureal and corruption levels, but I'm not sure. Corruption doesn't increase even if I hit a villager hundreds of times. The plagues look ugly. showing it's not meant to be used yet, but will be added later. So let's hope that's the case. How does the quantum catcher work? Using spawner scrap and arching crystal block, it's basically a pokeball. Lets us catch any mob with a right click, and that's it. And capture it, got it? Not much else to it, it's that simple. Hope you enjoyed it. How does the arcane dragon egg work, and what's it for? With this mob covered, we've finished the entire explanation. Currently it's crafted with a dragon egg and 6 golden dragon scales, serving as a simple crafting item and decoration. The wiki mentions it'll have future uses. Who knows, maybe we'll even have dragons in Mount Forbidden Arcanus someday, which would be super cool. But for now, it has no practical use. So that wraps up the mod explanation. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in future videos. Alright, how does the Spectral Eye amulet work? It's made with these threads, a nether star, an ender ingot, and a diorum ingot, which is crafted like this, okay? Basically, it's important to note that this amulet gives us spectral vision and glowing effect, alright? It detects any nearby element or mob and provides us with vision of it. Just having this item in our inventory or equipped is enough. As you can see, hostile mobs are marked with a red outline, while friendly mobs are marked green. We can turn it on and off. Sadly, we can't make it mark only hostile or friendly mob. It'd be cool if it could, even marking neutral mobs that don't attack first but retaliate if hit. I know it's asking a lot, but why not? So that's what we have here.